Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Sage Oracle. I'm here with another pick a card reading. I wanted to make this a very quick message today. So we have 3 piles to choose from. I've been dealing myself, and possibly on a collective note too, been dealing with a lot of heavy energy, I guess, for where the world is at, where I'm going, and I'm sure a lot of people right now may be struggling as well, with just what is it that our soul needs right now? What do we need to nourish ourselves to feel comfortable with where we're at, or just to give us that recharge to get us moving forward to the next place that we need to be in? So I thought it would be a good idea to make a pick a card today, because I was asking my deck and trying to figure out, what it is that my soul needed so I can feel comfortable, so I can feel at ease, so I can feel at rest. So I wanted to do the same for all of you today, just to get us comfortable with this energy. We're moving into retrograde, or we are in a Mercury retrograde. The eclipse was just this past Sunday. Full moon eclipse in Scorpio. Actually, there was a lot of heavy energy moving there, so I'm sure a lot of you have felt it. And of course, all videos are timeless, so even if you're watching this after the fact, you may still be dealing with a lot of heavy energy just in general. So having this pick a card, I feel, is going to help us a lot, just to clear up some things and to see where we should be moving next. Now, before I get into the piles themselves, I'll bring them up to the screen to help you guys choose, but I did want to just shout out my nails today. My lighting's a little off from my window here, but oh my goodness, these are custom made nails from a very good friend of mine. Her name's Tamara, and she has this really awesome business where she makes custom nails. And I am an anime person. I absolutely love anime, and this is actually the custom set that she made for me with Inuyasha and Kagome from Inuyasha. And yeah, she just made it super super cute. She's got the name here in Japanese, and I'm just so happy with them. They are so cute, so sturdy. You can reuse them too. I'm just so happy with them, so I was like excited to get them in my videos. So yeah, I will link her shop down below. She's super awesome to work with, super affordable, and I think you guys will like it too if you're nail people. And she doesn't just do anime nails, she does a lot of different designs, literally custom to whatever you want. So totally shout out here. I would recommend checking her out. Okay, anyways, let's get into the piles. We have 3 piles here for you, and all of the piles are starting with the Isis Oracle deck. So we'll start off, this is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. This is pile number 3. Take your time, take a few deep breaths, and pick the pile that draws you in the most. There may be more than one that draw you in as well, and that's totally okay. But this is where I will leave you, and I will see you at your pile. Hey there, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this card from the Isis Oracle deck, this reading is for you. I am going to save this to the end, just to get that message to wrap up our reading. I didn't pre-poll this time around. I really just felt drawn to go for it today. I just really wanted to get as much real-time energy as I could. So I'm going to go ahead and just start reading to see what is it that your soul needs right now. Where are you at? Where are you going? Just any type of comfort that we can get for you to have some peace of mind. And actually, I think I'm going to start with my Soul's Journey deck just to get an overview here. So we'll start with the Soul's Journey. Let's see, Spirit, for pile number 1. Pile number 1, what does their soul need right now? Where is their soul at? What is going on for pile number 1, Spirit? All right, so I'm going to pull bottom of the deck energy. Death. Okay. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. So it feels like right now, pile 1, that you are going through a massive transformation, a massive rebirth of your soul. You're really working through who you are, who you were, who you want to be. It really feels like there's a lot of energy of closing out things that don't serve you. I feel a lot of you are dragging on duties, at work and tasks that are not where your heart lies, and you feel almost dead inside, and you feel like something needs to give, something needs to change. Or for others of you, you know that there's a relationship that doesn't serve you anymore, that you're just overpouring yourself from, and you're pouring from an empty cup. And just in general, this can be in any area of your life: work, relationship with yourself, family, friends, your spiritual journey, whatever it is to you. Just, you are feeling drained, you are feeling tired, you're feeling like you can't catch a break. Like, no matter what you do, it doesn't matter about, it doesn't matter about me because I have all these duties and all these things and I have to get them done. I can rest later. Well, your soul's saying that this is an issue. You need to end this because your soul is suffering. You're going through, you have two deaths. Okay, I'm hearing from Spirit. There's two deaths that you can choose from. The death of your soul, where you become a soulless person and continue dealing with whatever this issue is that's taking from you, or person that's taking from you. Or you can choose a spiritual death, a death of, okay, I'm putting this to an end, I know what's best for me, and I'm moving on. So the basic energy you need to focus on is what needs to leave your life, what needs to end right now, what is not serving you, your happiness, or your higher purpose. So your soul needs you to reassess and get rid of things. And I know it's scary, and they say the same. We know it's scary, but you are suffering. Your soul is suffering, and this is something that really needs to change. You need to get away from what's making you feel this way. And of course, easier said than done, but we're going to see what it is that you need. So on the top of the deck here, your soul needs to connect with this. So grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So maybe you're afraid of this loss. Maybe you're afraid of letting go and moving to the next phase. No matter what this purpose is, you may be afraid of being alone, or if this is a relationship, you're afraid of moving on because this is what you've known for a long time. This is somebody you've known for a long time. If this is family, well, if I lose my family, what do I have? I have nothing. And others of you, I'm hearing workaholic. So some of you may be working your life away, and you may feel that by leaving this job, you're leaving yourself vulnerable and you're not going to be able to financially support yourself. But this is saying that you losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And I'm feeling appreciate yourself. So you are losing a part of yourself right now. It feels like you are losing your motivation, your faith, your hope, your happiness in yourself. And this is turning out to be something you weren't expecting. You wanted, you thought that if you worked this hard, or if you kept this person in your life, or you did all these things that you were meant to do, that it would get easier, but it's only getting harder. You have more and more and more things coming to you and through you, and it's like a burden that's really hard to carry. So your soul needs you to process this grief, because also some of you may have lost somebody, or lost something that you weren't planning to lose, and it is taking a toll on your heart. There's something here that you need to accept the loss of. You need to accept the ending of, in order for you to move on to the next phase and to be truly happy and connected with yourself. And here's the denial card. How funny. We've got red, orange, yellow, which is the base 3 chakras. So this is feeling really connected with your bottom 3 chakras. The root chakra is all about safety, security, abundance, sexuality. The sacral chakra is all about connection, relationship, creativity, sensitivity. The solar plexus chakra is all about willpower, determination, self-mastery. So I feel that you're in need of literally revamping your life, starting from scratch, finding out who you are at your core and what it is that you want in this life. Because this denial card immediately is telling me that you're denying an aspect of yourself. You're denying yourself the rest. You're denying yourself moving on from this situation or place or thing or person that is taking from your soul. So we see here, it says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with an insight of awareness. So right now, you need to be aware of what this low vibrational energy is. Your soul needs you to listen. Hey, this is bothering me. I'm depressed. I'm denying parts of myself. I know this, I don't want this to end. I can't live without this. You are really, or your soul is really begging you to listen. Go within. What is it that you truly want? What is it that you're asking for? And let's see, peace. Wow. So this must be what you're asking for. You are asking for peace. Your soul just wants to release everything that's holding you back. And I'm hearing this may be a scary time right now because you don't know where to go from here. All of the plans that you've made, or the person that you're with, or the path that you're on has caused this to happen. And you thought that this was where you were supposed to go and how you were supposed to be, and it just doesn't make sense. Well, your soul needs you to listen. Your soul needs you to process this grief, this depression, this trauma, even for some of you, and others a physical death. Something is leaving your life, and you need to allow yourself to process this, to be okay with this, to come to terms with this. Your soul is begging for peace right now, and you need to choose you. You can't be choosing other people or making life harder on you just to make it easier on others. Don't be a martyr. Don't be a martyr. Do not take from others just to help. You need to help yourself right now, and that is what your soul needs. So let's get into the tarot and get some detail about what's going on here, Spirit, for pile number one. Pile number one. What does their soul need right now? What does their soul need, Spirit? All right, bottom of the deck energy, Queen of Cups. So we need emotional and spiritual nourishment. You are in need of refilling your cup and taking care of you. I mean, look at her. Her cup is full. Well, bowl at this point is full, and she's able to give herself over endlessly. She's happy. She's content. She has new life being created within her. And this is really making me feel like, wow, actually, I've got another message. I feel like this is you nourishing everybody else, but not yourself. So that could also possibly be one of the meanings here, is that you're nourishing everyone else except for yourself, because the dolphins here in the background, that's funny, 1, 2, 3, and I've got my 3 right here in the background. And the 3 in the background is telling me that you're in need of happiness, of play, of feeling good and lighthearted, but it truly does feel like that's in the distance. That's not in the forefront. There's so many people and things and tasks at hand that are taking from you, that need you, that are calling for you to be here, and I don't know if you can hear the squeaking in the background, but my dogs are playing with their toy right now behind me, and maybe that squeak, that honking is like that annoying, hey, what about me? Hey, what about me? Hey, what about me? I need you to do this. I need you over here. I need. Nothing about what you need. So it does feel like holy cow, look at this cat right here. She's literally grabbing at the droplets of water, and that cat represents our intuition. So she is too busy feeding everybody else that has more than enough. Look at all that water. They have more than enough. And here you are with your bowl, even giving even more. And your soul is saying, please let me have some. I need to be satiated. I need to feel comfortable and whole. And it does feel like, well, you're a beautiful person, number one. I feel you have such beautiful energy about you. And I do truly feel that you have a lot to offer and a lot to give, but you need to fill yourself up again first. You can't keep pouring from this empty cup, and it looks like everyone else is going to be just fine. Your job is going to be just fine if you take a break or if you leave. Your relationships are going to be just fine, but you need to choose you. And even if some of you, I'm hearing some of you, a small bit of you, maybe in a narcissistic partnership of some sort. whether that's a relationship, a family ship, a friendship, but it does feel like there's somebody who just can't be satisfied, and you are doing everything you can to satisfy them, and Spirit is saying that's enough. They're causing you grief and pain and denying you your own peace. So by releasing what it is that you know others have expectations of you, you'll be able to care for yourself a lot easier. Spirit's offering you something right now. It looks like you're being offered a change, because here with his tool belt, this makes me think of hard work being done. This makes me think of you taking initiative. Hold on, now my dog's here. Guys, come on, stop it. Stop it. Thank you. Okay, so sorry about that. You know, that might be something for you where you try and focus on yourself for a moment, trying to see what Spirit offers you, and then here comes, you know, your kids or family or friends or work or whoever you're having this issue with, and they're like, hey, I need more. Of course, you can't leave your kids behind if you have kids, so that's a different story. But when it does come to other people, you've got to close that out. You've got to shut it out. And you've got to move on your own way. So it does look like Spirit is offering something to you right now. And this is something that's blessing you for your hard work. You've done enough. It's time for you to be comfortable. It's time for you to reap the rewards of what you've done. Because you're tired. You are so tired. You are literally on your last legs. I mean, look at all of these things you've done. You're here, you're there, you've said this, you've done that. You're defending people, you're working with people. You are taking control of everything. You've got, look at her with her headache here. She's so tired, she's so done. She just doesn't understand. I'm doing so much. Why is this still an issue? Well, it's because it's time to put the wands down, and it's time to stop trying so hard. It's time to start thinking. So honestly, you're doing so much physical. It's time to go within and use your logic. Truly use your logic in this. You are so smart and so gifted, a lot of you. You guys need to gain clarity of this situation. It's really hard to keep going when your mind is foggy, you're tired, you've got to put the broom down, you've got to connect in with your emotions, and your soul needs you to listen. Clarity is coming to you. I think that's what they're offering. They're offering this clarity. You don't have to work so hard. You don't have to try so hard to figure out what it is that you need. I think taking a nice break, finding that inner peace, saying no, because that needs to happen, and taking charge of your life and what it is that comes to mind, what it is that you think that you want to be doing instead of this, or that your intuition is pulling you towards. There is definitely a new way of being and thinking that is on the horizon for you. So the Ace of Pentacles, you are needing to step outside of your comfort zone right now. You need to walk away from this, because this is a comfort zone, because this is something you've been used to for so long that you don't recognize that you need anything else, or you haven't been able to nourish yourself. So you need to leave your comfort zone in order to fulfill your needs. I mean, look at this little cat. So he's representative of our intuition, and here he is drinking from the water bowl that you didn't even get to provide for him. So I mean, look at that. Here the kitty cat is begging for drops, and this one is so full and satiated that it's not even worried about anything, right? So here's saying you need to step out of your comfort zone. You have to say no. You need to end this job, leave this person, move out of this habit. This could be a habit maybe even for some of you too, or this relationship. You need to move away from this and take your newfound clarity and move with that opportunity of changing by choosing yourself, by going first. You are first. Your soul needs this. And here, I feel like a lot of you have known this for a long time. You just aren't sure which direction to take or exactly where you need to go. So I feel at this point in time, taking a leap really and just moving where your heart's telling you. You have the whole world in your hands. It doesn't matter which way you go or what choice you make, because it's going to be the right one unless you choose to go backwards. I mean, this little I'm trying to get this in, there it is, in the sunbeam so you can see him.
this little lizard is representative of our subconscious, of the things that are trying to distract us, that are trying to hold us down. So as long as you're not focusing on the things that are holding you down, you will make the right decision. So listen to your heart and listen to your logical mind and know what is worth your time, what is draining you. What do you need? Because you know what it is that you need, and nobody can tell you what it is. So the next choice you need to make is a choice of putting yourself first, a choice of what is going to fulfill my soul, and do not be afraid to take that and run with it. So we'll get one more tarot. So the Wheel of Fortune is coming out. Honestly, the first thing I hear when I pull this out was, if you don't do it, we're going to do it for you. So you want to make sure you are centered in this wheel, because fate is coming to change this, whether you're ready or not. So whatever this grief is, it looks like your spirit guides are about to step in and about to rip this away from you. It's like, oh gosh, he's playing with the dice down here too. So they're about to take this and say, you know what? You won't do it, so I'm going to take the chance and I'm going to take this away from you. I'm going to move you away from this feeling. I'm going to force you into a self-care zone. And that may be harder than just making that decision yourself, but it is going to change. It is going to give. You are not going to be in this hard energy for much longer, but Spirit's giving you the opportunity to make that decision for yourself, to be able to choose yourself, because I'm hearing, we promise, if you're not ready, it's going to be a little bit harder. And not in a way to scare you, but in a way that's like, if you won't leave this behind, you won't give yourself peace, it's going to remove those things from your life to force you to find that peace. So we don't want to get there. So let's try our best to center ourselves and find what makes us happy, find what makes us tick, what's going to move us forward, what's going to make us feel at peace with ourselves, happy with our path. And you guys just need to rest. You need to choose yourself. Your soul is crying and screaming and begging for you to nourish you. So let's go ahead and move to the Isis Oracle and see what message that we have here. So the color blue comes up, throat chakra, life path, speaking your mind, communicating. Just had to say that. Okay, so here, this is the Lady of the Stars. Sirius is a celestial goddess, a star of unconditional love and wisdom at an extremely high vibration. She brings deep soul awakening, spiritual gifts, and a high capacity for divine service. She asks you to pay attention now because something significant is taking place at a spiritual level for you at this time. Oh my goodness. You are, no wonder this is happening for the reason it's meant to. You're not meant to run from this. You have to change because a lot of you have a higher purpose. Where you are now, who you're with now, what you're doing now is not serving this higher purpose. I feel you have so much divine wisdom. You have so much to offer the world, and you have so many ideas that I feel you're not letting your creativity speak. You guys have a whole different path that I know that you know you need to go on. And this is just confirming like, hey, where you're at is not finding your peace. You are transforming inside. What used to work for you no longer works for you. And now that you're recognizing this, or you're going to recognize this, you're going to start moving to a higher vibration. And I feel that a lot of you have known this and it's been frustrating, like, oh, but I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying and nothing is working. Well, that's because the baseline is still causing those issues. You need to restart. You need to pay attention to what you need. Some of you might need to start developing your gifts a little bit more, but this change that's happening is for a higher purpose. And you guys are moving to a much better place, a much better path. And it's going to be such a beautiful awakening for you that you never thought it was going to happen. So your soul needs you right now to rest, to nourish yourself, to be ready for this divine service, wherever you're moving to next. Whatever your purpose in this life is about to unfold. And I truly feel that you need to be prepared for this. So if you've been begging and praying and manifesting something to give so that you can follow your divine purpose, you know, go on that new path, leave that comfort zone to choose where you want to be. A new creative business, possibly some of you are readers yourselves, some of you might be in school, want to change your major, want to do like whatever the heck it is that you want to move away from and to is going to happen. You just need to find that center, and you need to calm yourself, find your peace, and allow yourself to be ready for that transition to take place, because it's coming, it's happening, and I think your soul just needed you to know that. Rest assured, because you are taken care of. Okay, pile number 1. That was a lot in that message. I wanted it to be short and sweet, but I guess not. So for you guys, I really, really hope that this resonates, that you get some clarity, some confirmation out of this, and really take care of yourself. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to help my little channel grow. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose this card from the Isis Oracle deck, this is your reading. We are going to save this card to the end just to tie in the reading. I didn't pull anything today. I'm just going to shuffle on camera. I wanted to do a quick message here. Pile 1 was not quick, but we'll see. Okay, so this is all about what does your soul need. So let's go ahead and shuffle and see what we've got here. All right, Spirit, for pile number 2, please. What is it that their soul needs? What do they need to hear? What is it that their soul needs? Spirit, for pile number 2, everyone. Watching pile 2. Okay. All right, so we'll start with bottom of the deck energy. And we have balance. Wow. So the first thing out is saying that you may be focusing too much on one thing or another thing, or whatever it is that's throwing your soul off balance. I feel that you have a lot on your plate right now, and you may be struggling to find the perfect flow. Maybe you have a lot of work on your plate, a lot of schoolwork on your plate. You have a lot of expectations in relationships, maybe family-wise. Some of you may be parents struggling to find the time between self-care, work, taking care of your family. And then for a lot of you, you're struggling. I really do feel it's struggling to find time for self-care. So I feel that there is a lot of issues with you being out of balance with yourself. A lot of you also may have been trying to connect, getting your emotions in check, getting your thoughts in check. It just feels like there's so much going on around you right now that it's hard for you to find a nice equilibrium, like a resting place. So your soul is striking this card saying, we need to find balance, something that allows us to be able to be grounded, to get that equilibrium, to feel at peace right now. So the overall energy is needing to balance whatever it is that you've got going on right now. Then we have the loneliness card. I'm hearing depression. So some of you may be dealing with depression or some other mental illness of some sort, and you may be feeling alone right now. Whether you're shut off from family and friends or just shut off with yourself, you could be feeling very lonely when it comes to your path that you're on. And I just want to say, especially on behalf of Spirit, that even though you may feel alone, you are never alone. You have the love of your higher self, of your spirit guides that are here supporting you, that are holding you up even when the world feels so heavy. And I just want to apologize that you've had to feel so low or so lonely at this point in time, and that the world made you feel this way. But this is something that we can work on. There's hope. You are being surrounded by love and by light. And I am hearing that a lot of you do have some special people in your life that are there, that do want to help, that are outreaching to you. They might not be doing it in the best way, in the way that you need, but they are there. So right now we are going to focus just on you, because we can't focus outwards on other people to make us happy. We can't, focus on on anything when we're feeling this way. So I do want to say that you are not alone right now, and you may feel that the world is on your shoulders. Even those of you that may not be dealing with a mental health issue at all, you may be feeling like you're holding the world on your shoulders by yourself. You may be in a partnership where you're pulling all the work, or it just doesn't feel like you're being fulfilled like they're being fulfilled. And the same thing with, family dynamics and relationships. You're the one holding up the family. You're the one, taking care of all of the, well, he said and she said, and fighting and this and that. And I'm hearing some of you might be in the middle of, like mediating arguments of some sort too. So with this energy, it's very blue. So it's very much in the higher realms. There's a lot of stuff going on in your head. So you may be struggling with asking for help as well. You're trying to focus on everything in your life right now. You're trying to do everything by yourself. But that's where that balance comes in too, because you're not alone. You have help. You have those. You just need to ask for it. And in more ways than one too, because this may be emotional, this may be physical, this may be financially as well, but this is saying your soul is asking you to recognize those around you, or to ask for help right now. And especially for those who are going through mental health issues, I strongly advise, same thing with spirit here, to seek help. It may not be within family, it may not be within friends, but finding a therapist or someone to help you just talk through these times is great too. And I mean, I have a therapist and she's wonderful, and without her, I feel like I would not have my head on straight whatsoever. And of course, for others of you, maybe support groups, or just, finding support in a community. Even with your guides, some of you might be trying to find support within spirit, but you're not alone, and you don't have to handle this alone, and your soul is asking for that. All right, the next card coming out is forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So I feel you need to either forgive okay, there's a few messages, so I'm going to go one at a time. You need to forgive yourself for where you're at. Forgive yourself for not taking care of you first. Forgive yourself for getting you into this mess. I heard that somebody saying, well, it's your fault that you're here, so now you have to deal with it. No, absolutely not. The choices that we make because we need to move on to the next path. And if we stay stagnant, we're not making choices, good or bad. So forgive yourself for where you're at in your path if it's not where you want to be. Forgive the world around you for being so hard. Recognize that by having a negative attitude, or by putting blame somewhere, you are just causing all of this confusion within yourself, layers and layers and layers of confusion. So there needs to be forgiveness of this path, forgiveness of yourself and where you're at. Just coming to terms, be like, okay, I know it's all right. I know where I'm at, and I can do this. I can move forward. For others of you, I feel this may be forgiveness of a person. So maybe you're feeling lonely because someone has left your life, or someone has betrayed you in some way, or you're not feeling like you're being supported. Well, the forgiveness card isn't saying, going up to that person saying, hey, it's okay for this thing that you've done to me, or for me, thinking you've helped. It's forgiving the actions that they've taken. Now, some people do things in malice, of course, and if that's the case with this card, it's like, all right, well, forgive them for being who they are. You do not have to associate with that energy, but hey, you do you. I don't need this. I'm out. For others of you, some people are trying their best, and you are also trying your best. So this could also just be like, hey, I don't want to have to acknowledge this. I don't want to have to deal with this, but I'm okay with it because it's got me to where I am, and it's bringing me to that next step. So there is a lot of heavy energy, feeling out of balance, feeling alone, feeling like you are handling everything by yourself, no matter what this is. And that forgiveness card is just saying, like, don't lose yourself in this. Don't resent someone or something, or even yourself, for the choices that have been made or where you are, because resentment does nothing. It's a learning experience. It's okay, where can I go next? Where am I at now? What can I do to better myself going forward? So it's more of a finding yourself in this right now. And then, of course, the card we pulled next is self-esteem. So I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So with this coming on here, the self-esteem I feel is be proud of yourself for where you're at. Be proud of yourself for being able to handle all this, even though you don't have to and you shouldn't. Be confident that you're doing the absolute best that you can be, that you should be proud of the steps that you've taken to even get here already. You are, you're alive, you're living, you are building a life for yourself, and that's incredible. Give yourself some credit. Even if you feel alone and like you're holding the world up by yourself, you are absolutely doing it, and you deserve a break. You deserve to have a connection that shows you that. So there is a need that your soul wants you to find yourself again, to be confident in yourself and your path and the choices that you've made, and to truly try and balance, that as well. That could also be the balance here, the loneliness and the self-esteem, the forgiveness, self-esteem, loneliness, forgiveness. It feels like there needs to be a balance of a lot of these heavy emotions that you're feeling, because the emotions that you're feeling are incredibly valid. You are valid. And it just feels like miscommunication from your mind to your emotions and with your spirit as well. So your soul is needing you to recognize how incredible you are, how far you've gone, what it is you've done to get here, and be more confident that you're stronger than you think. You have incredible gifts. You're able to hold up the world. You're able to hold yourself up even in this time of difficulty. That's an incredible feat. A lot of people can't do what it is that you are doing. So be proud of yourself. Recognize the strength that you have. Build that self-esteem. You're worth so much. You are. Okay, so Spirit, let's get some more details here for pile number 2. What energy are we feeling? Any advice that's going on? What can we get for pile number 2? All right, pile 2, we've got bottom of the deck energy, 3 of Pentacles. So this one tells me of teamwork, of people surrounding you, of working towards a common goal, and also of balance, because we've got the emotions, we've got the action, and we've got that golden opportunity. So I usually see that as like by balancing pieces of yourself, you can get to this final goal. So it also seems like you are in need of reaching out to others. You do not have to do this alone. You do not have to be going through this alone. And I do feel that your soul is asking you to communicate and to connect with others right now. To complete something, to get things done, to just feel that connection again. And possibly there's something that you need. So I do feel your soul's asking you to reach out, to connect, to be able to get what it is that you need right now. King of Pentacles. So you need to also, I feel, you need to set really strong boundaries. So, and that might be the issue with the balance and feeling like you're doing everything alone. I feel like you've got to say no. You have to put your foot down. You have to have your boundaries up, because I feel a lot of you are working really, really hard. This could be career because of the Pentacles. You're working really hard for a promotion or for a raise or to be moving forward in your career, but it just feels like you're doing more and more and more and more work on your team. You might be taking on all of the burden of your team, but here saying no, set strong boundaries. You can be successful and not burn yourself out. So I do feel a lot of you does have to do with the career move or just finance in general. Like, set your boundaries, say no, stop helping those who can't help themselves, stop taking on everything for your team when you know that they would not do the same for you. And then of course, if we're going to bring it back just to the general, make sure you are setting strong boundaries in general with others, with family who take too much, with friends who don't want to listen to you but will come to you with all of their crap. It's a two-way street. So having solid boundaries, even with yourself too, make sure you're telling yourself like what you need. You know, if you're tired, too tired to eat, well, okay, no, I need to eat. So I'm setting that boundary with myself. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to allow myself to mope. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take that shower. I'm going to make that meal. I'm going to watch that TV show that I've been wanting to watch. I'm going to take care of myself. So this is all about making yourself comfortable, finding those boundaries, and taking a stand, grounding in that energy of yours. Six of Pentacles, you are giving too much of yourself. This is why you're out of balance. This is why you're feeling so stressed. You need to recognize that, well, first of all, you're a wonderful person, but recognize that you need stuff too. You can't keep giving and giving and giving, especially if this is about a work situation. Your boss and your company does not care about you as much as you care about them. I can't promise that, but I have a very strong inclination that that's true. So don't give yourself to others who won't give back. You know, don't overextend yourself for a career that won't compensate. But don't give from an empty basket here. So this card's usually, she's a very successful person. She's happy to help, but when that happiness and that helping gets taken for granted, you do need to take a step back and set those boundaries and really assess the situation, because that's something too, is assessing the goal. Like, hold on, wait a second, what am I doing this for? So also just make sure that you're moving in the direction that you want to, for the sake of you wanting to do it, not for the sake of anything else. So don't keep giving pieces of yourself just to feel good, or just to, you know, like, oh, well, I got to figure this out, I'm going to get it done. No, absolutely not. Boundaries, grounding, taking time for yourself, and really moving into that energy of like, don't resent somebody for constantly taking from you if you're allowing it to happen. That's enough. That's it. I need me. I need to take time for me, and I'm done. Eight of Cups. Here we go. Leave that situation behind. This does not serve you. You are not meant to keep filling up all of these cups. It may have helped you in the past. You know, you may have felt fulfilled in the past. You may have felt great. Maybe this was, you know, all wonderful. Oh, I am balanced. I'm helping everybody. I'm doing what I can. Okay, awesome. Yet now you're empty. Now you got to take care of yourself, and your soul is asking you to leave that behind and to put you first. Hey, this doesn't serve me anymore. I've done all that I could. I'm exhausted, and I need to walk away. Two of Cups. So there is a conversation that needs to be had. You either need to talk to somebody in general, maybe get some help. You need to communicate your feelings, communicate those boundaries, talk about how you're struggling. It's okay to be vulnerable. It is, because by being vulnerable, we're able to communicate what it is our soul needs and get that in return. Like, if you don't speak up about it, you don't get what you need. You know, it might be something as simple as, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Let me help you with this, or let me take this off your plate, or let me give you peace of mind. So there's a need to connect with others, to work with others, to be able to ground yourself again, to find yourself again, to build that self-esteem back up and make it feel like you're not alone. So there is a conversation that needs to be had. And you do need to leave behind that bad habit of not listening to yourself, of not caring for yourself, of not putting yourself first, not nurturing yourself. You know, there is a need to move forward. And look at this. Oh my goodness. Ending this out with the Fool card is absolutely incredible, because this is basically saying, yeah, choose yourself first. It's time to take that leap. Hey, you've got to leave this behind. You are out of balance because you're doing too much. Let a lot of it go. Allow others to help you with this. Get help if you need. Just don't be afraid of cutting ties. Don't be afraid of leaving a job behind. Don't be afraid of leaving people behind, because the more that you entertain this low vibrational energy that throws you off, the more likely it is that you're going to drain yourself, that you're going to hurt yourself. And what's going to happen in the end? Well, you're not going to be very happy, I'll tell you that, and you're going to be even more tired than you already feel that you are. So I do think that this is a time to start new. You need to find what is really harboring these energies in you. What are you resenting? Who is taking from you? And be completely honest about this, because the way that you build that confidence back is by taking control of your life, taking control of the outcomes of where you're at and where you're headed and what it is that you know that you want to do. So this is the time to take that leap of faith. It's time to figure out how to get yourself back in balance. Your soul is calling to you for a new beginning of some sort, whether that's a new habit forming to take care of yourself, a new career, a new relationship, a new friendship, a new person. Something brand new needs to start so you can feel balanced again. Excuse me. Even just new routines, maybe scheduling. Some people might do better with lists, creating schedules for yourself, setting expectations on when things will be done or won't be done. There just needs to be a change to release that resentment and to really connect with others right now and to really give yourself grace. Okay, pile 2, let's see what we got here with the Divine Isis Oracle deck. So this is yellow, which usually when I see yellow, I'm thinking of, your solar plexus. Well, that's that self-esteem card right there. So really finding yourself and having that willpower to move on. And also I felt the need to turn this back around. I feel like light is illuminating on this harvest. So this is wheat. And when I think of wheat, I think of like reaping what you've sown. I feel like you've done so much hard work that it's time to cash in the benefits. It's time to take a break. It's time to relax. It's time to take a step back. And it's time to take care of yourself too. So let's see. Abundance of Solstice. Abundance in many forms is increasing in flow to you. Continue your good work of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy abundance responsibly flowing to you in many forms over and over again. So this abundance card is letting me know that the more that you choose yourself and the more that you balance, you're able to create that abundance back. You're able to fulfill your needs. And especially this honestly does feel like a job for a lot of you. I feel like a majority of you might be worrying about career, and I feel like you guys are overworking, but just know that you don't have to work any harder. You're doing enough as it is. You're sharing, you're connecting, you're doing what you can, and you're getting that abundance back to you. But your soul is saying, if you want to get here, you've got to balance this out and not take on way too much, because this is enjoy the abundance responsibly flowing to you. Responsibly. How can we be responsible if we're drowning in our work? You're doing enough. You're an incredibly hardworking person. You're a giving person. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self. Here you are, freely sharing everything that you have, yet it may be too much at this time. I do feel like giving to the right people who give back to you will bring that into balance, right? And I do feel like this is coming to you a lot sooner than you think. So for those of you who have been struggling with work, you've been putting in so much effort and so much time and really working and grinding. Well, it's gonna come to you, but it may not be in the form of this job. You may need to open up different channels. See? Continue your good work of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. So if you're in one spot, that's not opening up for all different forms of abundance to come in. That's staying in one spot, and that's hoping for the same a different result by doing the same work. So here I do feel, even with that Three of Pentacles maybe coming in, is expanding yourself, working with others, connecting. Oh my goodness, that makes so much sense. By connecting with others and asking for help, or just being around people who give back to you the way that you give to them, that's opening up so many channels for that fulfillment to come back in. So be confident in the gifts that you have to offer, because you have so much to offer. So by giving it in the right place, in the right direction, will allow the abundance to continue cycling back to you. You give, you get, you give, you get. So right now you're giving and giving and giving and not getting. So it's time to leave that, communicate effectively, start new, so this abundance can truly flow in the way that it's meant to. You're incredibly blessed, and there is a beautiful new beginning coming, especially if you choose to take yourself first. Take a break. Choose you. Build that confidence, build that willpower, build that mastery, because you're missing out on this abundance. This is meant to be yours. You just need to connect to it. And I do feel it's connecting to others and not just giving and giving and giving. It's creating that open flow of equal opportunity to truly allow things to come in for you. Okay, pile number 2. Anything else, Spirit? Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on you. Don't just give in to your situation because you feel that's all you're good for. Absolutely not. You come first. Okay, Spirit, I think they get it. Let's see. All right, I think that's all the messages that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really, truly hope that this resonated, gave you some peace of mind, some advice that you need. Please let me know in the comments how this resonated, how you like the reading. I appreciate every single one of you. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe to help my little channel grow. I once again appreciate every one of you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this card from the Isis Oracle, this is your reading. We're going to leave this one to the end here to give us that last bit of standing advice. So I did not pre-shuffle beforehand, so I will be shuffling on camera. Just felt the need to get the energy out here. Definitely wanted to do a short message. Definitely was not. So I'm sure you guys will be the same. So Spirit, let's get into this here. What does pile number 3 need to know about their soul? What does their soul need right now, Spirit? Let me know for pile number 3. For pile 3, what does their soul need? All right, bottom of the deck energy. Honesty. Okay. Starting off strong here. So for your reading here, I do feel your soul needs you to be honest with yourself, honest about your path, honest about where you're heading, about the people who surround you, honest about yourself. Are you lying to yourself? Are you happy? Are you comfortable? I think that you've been avoiding a certain truth within yourself pertaining to you, possibly to other people around you, possibly to a relationship, possibly to a career choice, decision that you're making. But you need to be honest with yourself about this path. Are you truly where you want to be? Are you truly who you want to be? What needs to change? What are you denying of yourself? Are you putting on rose-colored glasses? Are you choosing not to see the truth of a person, the truth of a situation? This is a really heavy energy that I'm feeling right now, and this doesn't feel like an easy obstacle that you're dealing with. This isn't something that is easy to look at. So I do feel that you guys have a heavy situation on your shoulders. But with this card, what it says is, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So I do feel the need to face something right now, to face something within yourself with somebody else. So let's see what we also have. The next card out is surrender. I can release my need for control. So being honest with yourself about what it is that you're going through, I feel like you're trying really hard to control the situation. You're trying to control an outcome. You're trying to make something make sense. Or it's almost like you're putting a lot of effort in what it is that's going on, what it is that you're trying to feel. And right now, your soul needs you to let go, surrender, rest, stop holding up this facade in whatever way that is, and feel the feelings that you have to feel, whether they're hard, whether they're, just heavy, whether it's too painful to deal with. You need to let go of control and you need to give it to spirit. You are not in control. You do not get to choose what comes next. That's your destiny. That's your fate right now. Of course we have free will and freedom of choice, but when it's been something that you've been running from or something that you're not honest with yourself with, this causes a lot of pain, a lot of breakages in your heart. And honestly, for some reason, this is making me think of your heart, like of a blood vessel in your heart. It's not cohesive, it's broken. It's doing its best to hang on by threads. And I feel like you're hurting yourself more by lying to yourself about a situation, or even to a person. I just heard some of you may be lying to someone about something, and you need to be honest. Whether that's going to hurt their feelings or not, you have to set your soul free. And the same thing within yourself. You need to set your soul free, and you need to be honest about who you are and what it is that you're going through and who you're with. Because we've got the card of adversity. So this is a very tough situation. You guys are in a very tough area of your life right now. You have a lot of challenges left and right and up and down and front and back. You are all over the place, and I feel that a lot of you are carrying a very heavy burden. But there is hope here, because this is saying I accept that challenges are the best way to learn, which tells me that despite the adversity that you're going through, despite the pain, the issues, whatever it is, despite the lies that you're telling yourself, others are telling you, or that you're telling other people, it is okay. You're going to heal from this, and this challenge is just something that you need to move forward on this journey. You can't deny that part of yourself. You need to rise above this situation. And if you've made a mistake, that's okay. You are a human being. It does not matter what mistake that you've made or what others have made to you. We're all human. We're meant to make mistakes so that we can learn. Now, I did hear something very specific. This will not be for all of you, but Spirit does want me to bring this up. I heard the word cheat. So whether that was you cheating yourself out of something, you cheating on somebody, or somebody cheating on you, and you lying to yourself about the situation, saying, nope, this is okay, this is fine, we're going to be better, we're going to be fine, we're going to be okay. You need to be honest and recognize that this challenge cannot be ran away from. And it may be tough, it may be hard, and of course not all of you may be dealing with this, but just to be honest about where you are at. And I just kind of want to tune in, because that was a very heavy thing to say. Spirit, do we have anything else for the collective on this adversity card? Trust, honor, ridicule. That's peace. So trust, honor, ridicule, peace are words that they told me. So I'm not sure exactly where they're going with that, but maybe it's trusting yourself in this challenge and trusting the choices that you know that you have to make. Surrender to the truth. Surrender to be open to ridicule if you have to. This is a very heavy energy. So, lying, stealing, cheating, of any sort, I feel is very heavy in this pile. And it doesn't have to be that specific. It could just be a heavy energy in general that you are avoiding. So please take what resonates, leave the rest behind, because there is something in here for everybody. But this is a tough challenge, and you need to be honest with yourself about how you're handling it, or about how it's going to turn out. And don't be afraid of the consequences that come, because what can be promised from every adversity, every consequence, is that you grow stronger for it. You become a better person after it. And the way that you handle it and the way that you face it defines who you are as a person. So you can always improve. All of us can always improve and do better and be better. And that's okay. Courage. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna cry. You guys are so strong. Do not let this fear hold you back. Do not let this heavy challenge, this horrible situation that you're in, stop you from finding that inner strength. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. This is a scary situation. This is not easy at all. And I do feel that despite which side you're on, despite what it is that you're going through, this was meant to be in your path for the reason of growing your soul, becoming a better person because of this. It doesn't matter if it was your mistake or someone else's mistake, or if it's just a heavy burden in general, or if you're just in a part of your life that is tough to deal with. You need to have that courage and strength to be able to make the change, to have these tough conversations, to admit when you're wrong, or to confront somebody when you know that they're wrong. Just removing those rose-colored glasses and seeing the situation for what it is. Stop living in a fantasy world, because you're only hurting yourself. You have so much strength, so much stamina, so much reserve, that doesn't matter where you are on this path of life. You're worthy. You're worth it. And even if you have to, hurt some people along the way, that was possibly in their path as well. Do not be ashamed of who you are, where you've been, what needs to be done, because where you're at now and how you choose to change and how you choose to think and act and, move going forward is what defines you. The only thing that is solid in this life is the fact that we're constantly changing. We're not the same people we were last year, 5 years ago, or even a month ago. It's just constantly growing, evolving, changing, and taking accountability and facing challenges without fear. Okay, Spirit, let's get some more details here for pile number 3. What is going on? What do they need to know? Anything to help their path and help them grow. For pile number 3. Bottom of the deck. Energy. 7 of Cups. You guys may be feeling so overwhelmed right now. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of challenges happening emotionally. I do feel this is very emotional for a lot of you. It could be physical as well, but there's a lot of challenges that you're taking on. There's a lot of things going on with love, with health, with finances, with your home, with what you know, with your passions, and you're tired, and it's just been such a long journey. I feel the exhaustion. I feel the pain. I do. And the 7 of Cups is basically saying, like, hey, we know you have a lot going on. Let's breathe. Let's surrender and have the courage to face each obstacle one at a time. You can't take everything at once. You do need to go in increments. Maybe make a list of the things that need to be done, as silly as that. Like, all right, face my fears, confront myself, be honest with myself, talk to this person, remove myself from this situation. Even if you got to do a step-by-step process of what needs to happen next or where you need to go, that can happen. That needs to happen. So I do feel like, yes, it's overwhelming right now. Yes, you have a lot of energy going on at this time. You have a lot of things that you need to face, things that you need to do. But the best thing that we can do is really stop worrying, be honest, take it one step at a time, and be strong and courageous. So the Knight of Swords is saying that an action needs to be taken. You have to take charge of the situation. In order for your soul to feel at peace, you need to make a decision. You need to move forward, because you're at unrest right now. You're not comfortable. You're not happy. You need to take charge in order to move to that next step. In order to face this challenge, you have to move forward. Once again, I'm feeling this needs to flow. You need to make a decision. This needs to happen fast. I'm feeling in the next few weeks, this has to be completed. It has to be over with. You can't sit on this anymore. It's just going to keep building and piling and building and piling, and you're going to feel guilty when you don't need to feel guilty, and it's going to catch up. So the Chariot is saying, you have the strength, you have the stamina, you have the willpower. You just need to remove the confusion by being honest and moving to the path and the way that you need to go. A decision has to be made. You're at a fork in the road. You can't stay here forever. You'll just run out of gas and you will be stuck. So this is Spirit saying, take charge. Choose the path you want to be on. You can choose to go backwards and stay in your shadow and live in this fantasy. We're not saying that's gonna be easy, that's gonna solve anything. No. Or you can move into the light and choose to move forward and choose to face its adversity in the front end, because I have this feeling, pile number 3, that if it is not faced, it's going to come back for you and you won't have control of this situation. The Devil card coming out is saying do not be held down, do not be chained down by fear, by doubt, by past habits, temptations. Do not be held down by these things, because you are better than this. You can conquer this. Your intuition is screaming at you, hey, move away from this energy. We're not meant to be here. Go away, please. This is a very, very tough pile 3. You have a very tough situation, and acknowledge that you have the strength to be able to move away from this. And like I said, throughout this whole reading, whether you're the one that made the mistake, don't keep staying in this energy. You have the power to move away from this, to choose to be different, to choose to walk away. If you're someone who this happened to you, walk away as well. Leave this situation, because it's only holding you back. Whatever adversity and challenge that you are facing, you need to take a step away from it, because it is only holding you back from yourself and your higher purpose and peace, just peace in general. The Star card comes up telling me that you need to have faith in yourself. What you give comes back, and that's in both ways. Karma works with good karma and with bad karma. So this is just saying what you put out will come back. You put out for forgiveness and kindness and forgiving yourself for where you're at, that comes back. You will be treated with that same respect. But if you give out lies and deceit and untrustworthiness, or whatever that word is, you're gonna get that back. You put out fear and anxiety and worry, guess what? It's coming back. But the Star is also saying to have faith in yourself. Ask for help from the universe and your guides if you don't know what to do in the situation. If it's so hard that you're not really sure where to go next or how to handle it, well, if you ask, you will receive. Just trust in yourself and recognize that do what you would want to be done back to you. It's that basic rule of karma, an eye for an eye type of situation. So if you feel that you need to speak up to someone who's hurting you, you would want someone to do that to you, especially if you didn't realize that you were hurting them. And the same way around, if you have done something to hurt somebody and you did not mean this, you have to go and say these things, because you would want the truth as well. So the Star card is also saying have faith in yourself, because you're a lot stronger than you think. You can handle this situation. This isn't something new. This is just something to learn from, I guess, here. The Two of Cups, a conversation needs to be had. A connection needs to be had. Honesty needs to be shared. So this is hard, but if you look at this, it's like you're going to give what you have to offer, and honestly, however they take it is how they take it. Whether it's forgiveness and they're able to offer you something back, awesome, incredible. You would have never gotten that if you didn't try. And same for if they don't, well, you got it off your chest, and you're away from this challenge, and you're moving towards a better day, a better tomorrow, a better path, because you do not have to hold this burden anymore. So this is a huge conversation to have. It's scary, yes, but if you see, the faith in the conversation is right under the Courage card. The adversity is right under the Devil, or the Devil's right under adversity, and the surrender and honesty has to do with the beginning there. So I think it's funny that they're falling in place. Do not be afraid of tough conversations. Do not be afraid of ridicule. Do not be afraid of being wrong. And also, do not be afraid of standing up for yourself, if that's what it's coming down to. You need to be courageous right now, and you need to surrender to this life. And Eight of Cups, this last card, you need to leave this behind. You cannot stay in this energy anymore. This does not serve you. Please be honest and take what you can and move away from this in whatever way it is that you need to move away. You're staying in a place that doesn't serve you, that doesn't serve others, that doesn't feel good. So with that being said, it's time for you to move on from this. You do not need to hold this anymore. You're not meant to hold this anymore. And it's going to be okay. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to trust in yourself and trust that what you do and what it is that you have to say will be taken the way that it's meant to. You will be okay. You can handle this situation. So let's go ahead and check on the last card that you have here. All right. Okay, Knot of Isis. Part of your spiritual destiny involves a special relationship with the goddess. This means that not only do you have the important task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You are now deepening your connection to the goddess. So what I feel from this is you're getting closer to spirit. You're getting closer to your higher self, to your guides, to your goddess, and even goddess Isis if you do work with her. You're getting closer to your higher self and higher purpose. And by doing so is because you're learning tough lessons. You have an important mission in this world to grow and to evolve as a soul. And the only way that you can grow and that you can evolve is if you face adversity, if you take challenges head on, if you swallow your pride and you're courageous enough to go the extra mile and be how you want to be, and you do not lie to yourself and you do not avoid things. That's thriving, and the goddess Isis is all about empowerment. It's all about truth and connection and bringing justice and abundance to this world. And in order for you to do that, you cannot block that flow. You cannot stay stagnant, because how can you help spirit go and grow and change, especially within you, if you choose to stay stuck and stagnant? If you choose not to take these lessons the way that they're meant to be taken. So the goddess Isis is saying you are protected right now. Whatever happens is meant to happen. And in the end, you will be okay. You are protected. You are powerful. You are important, regardless of where you've been or what you've done or what you've hidden inside. Bring this to life, because by doing so, you connect deeper with yourself. You find your true and authentic self. And just so you know, for peace of mind, your past does not define you. How you choose to move forward and how you choose to grow is what defines you. And I have complete faith in you, pile number 3, that you will move in this direction to better your soul, to better yourself, to better your life. You're going to be okay despite this hard time and this hard journey. You are protected. Spirit loves you. I love you. Embrace yourself. Bad, good, all of it. Embrace yourself, because you deserve it. And the world deserves to have you. Okay, that was a heavy reading. I think I am going to leave it there for now. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in, for being here with me today, for listening to what your soul needs. I would love to hear from you how this resonates in the comments, what you're going through. If you need anything from me, of course. But overall, please like, share, comment, subscribe to help my little channel grow. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you on the next one.